A three, two, one. Yes, hello, I am your father, and now we are having sex. Hey everyone, welcome to Nefarious Reels. I'm your host, Will Feral Dog,
And I'm Jamie Foxx dog bug.
and we have special guest here. He's the biggest Strays fans we know. When he knew that when I was recommending, they said, we have to do Strays, and you don't, I'll fucking kill you. And he's right behind me right now with a gun to my head. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Leo.
Careful. One wrong move. One wrong move, Will Ferrell dog. One. All right. Yeah, my name's Leo. I am the dog with the giant penis, aka what? Randall Park dog, I think. I
Yeah,
don't know. It's been a while
probably.
Oh
since I've
yes,
seen.
Asian Jim.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm a huge Strays fan. It's probably my favorite movie of 2023.
Yeah.
It's
You
I
told
think
us before
it's
the episode, you're like, this is like the film that Stanley Kubrick would have made if he could.
Yeah, I think in terms of cinematic ambition, I don't think there's anybody who's really doing what Josh Greenbaum is doing, in today's film industry.
Yeah.
You know, Talking Dogs, is it's a classic staple
Not just
of cinema, and
talking dogs that swear.
yeah,
Talking dogs
I
that
mean,
swear, get drunk, do drugs, have
yeah,
sex. It's like Sausage Party, but with dogs.
yeah, I mean, we're all familiar with like Babe and like Marley and Me and all these these like classical animal movies, right? But I mean, how often do we see animal movies where the animals do shrooms in the woods and use their giant penises to pick to like free themselves from prison? Like that's not something that's been done
Yeah.
before, and I
But
think it's time to sing this movie's praises.
yeah, well, we're gonna have to wait on that actually because we're gonna do the film that came out before Strays, which was 2014's Merely Players, which
Ooh.
you technically
Mhm.
recommended to us as well on top of Strays,
Yeah,
Leo,
yeah,
as the
I
idea,
did.
you fucking bastard. And I guess the basic synopsis is basically there are two dudes. We got a vlogger guy and a music guy, and they like move in together to like this like the manager's house, and they like talk sometimes, and they like yell at each other, and that's it. It's no Joker. Leo, what'd you think of Merely Players?
Yeah, it's funny because I recommended you guys this movie because I thought it was going to be so over the top bad that it was like funny. Like I mean, you look at the poster and it's like sociopaths aren't born; they're made, and you think it's
No,
gonna be
they
like
are
this like
awakened.
Awakened, fake
awakened,
fans.
Fake
awakened.
Merely
Sorry, yeah,
Players fan, get
my
the
bad.
fuck out of here.
Sorry, my bad, my bad.
We're
I
replacing it
should have
with
taken I should have
Timmy.
taken more notes. No, but like, and then in the end, what you really get is just like basically like an extremely low budget mumblecore movie, which I mean, to be honest, I didn't hate the movie that much. Like, I gave it 2 stars, which might seem generous, but like to
It
me, it
is
was
pretty
like,
generous.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the acting was pretty good. The writing was pretty decent. Like, it kind of it's like a pointless movie, but for what it is, I can't really knock it too much personally.
I don't know. I found it kind of boring. I don't know. Kind of these mumbling, like mumblecore movies. Just watching people walk around and talk, it kind of needs to be like more interesting and kind of like the dynamic of the characters. Never compared because it's like, oh, we're friends, but I hate him because he's like such a annoying douchebag, a real douche balloon, one could say. And that
Mhm.
basically the whole time it was like, yo, bro, you gotta be like artsy fartsy and stuff. You used to be cool, man. You used to be cool. Like I barely remember this film, and I watched it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's a very pointless movie. It's just to me, I mean, like I think if you know a guy like Brian, the character,
Yeah,
like it hits a little harder because I've known, you live in Los Angeles long enough, you meet like 300 of these kinds of dudes, and
You
it's like the
meet
most,
300 Bryans,
yeah, you
all
meet
named
like
Brian
Brian's
too.
on the daily, the most annoying people you will ever encounter, just absolute. And like to me, it was like I expected Brian to be like comically douchey and like in a very unbelievable sort of like bad movie kind of way. But the reason the movie impressed me was just because it felt shockingly true to life. So I'm kind of assuming Brian is actually like that IRL because I don't know, I don't believe that
he definitely
like
comes
he's
off
how
because when you were bitching at me because I bought the DVD of this and you called me a psychopath, well, on the special features, there's actually an interview with the
Oh,
director who is Brian, pretty much, and he comes off as a smarmy douchebag, kind of. He talks about his inspirations and stuff, and like, oh, he's like inspired by Cassavetes, and how there was
Mhm.
no script for the movie. It was an action script where he just goes, okay, this is what you're going to do. He's like, you're going to beg for her to say instead of writing down what needs to be said. So there was no real script, which does
Mhm.
explain a couple of things. And there's the
Yeah.
most psychopathic thing that he said was just like, if it was up to me, I would have all the actors and all the crew live in the same house and we shoot every day, and then that would be the movie. And I was waiting for when he says, and then I'll grab a knife and fucking kill everyone. Because that's what it felt like it was leading into.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised
hmm
that his career didn't go anywhere after this, just because, I mean, again, like, this movie is really, really held back by just how bad the shots are. And I'm not even like, just on like a basic level, everything about these shots is just horrendous
Oh,
to
the
look at.
cinematography is like really amateur. Like you can definitely it feels like a college student's final project movie.
Yeah. And it's like, I've seen college student projects with potentially even a lower budget and way better shot than this. So I don't know if, like, I'm not the kind of guy who, like, I don't like to shit on movies generally for like technical things that are, like, solved with money, because it's like, not every filmmaker has money to, like, afford like good
Yeah, yeah.
quality stuff. But
hmm
on, like, just, you don't, like, that doesn't really excuse the level of cinematography we're looking at here. It's just really,
It's
really bad.
really shaky a lot of the time, and especially when it doesn't need to. I always kind of hate when a film's kind of like shaky in like a normal shot. Just like use a fucking tripod, okay?
Yeah, tripods are not that expensive. Like, come on.
Like if it's like if
Um,
you're outside in a field, like I get it because you want to get like the kind of the feel, like the outdoorsiness, and it's always moving and stuff. But like you're in a fucking house, just set it down on a tripod. And if you can't afford a tripod, set it on a fucking chair on top of a table, for Christ's sakes.
Something like that.
yeah.
This is not the Blair Witch Project or any found footage movie.
Yeah, I think I was actually, what's funny is I was actually gonna give this 2.5 stars until the ending, which was just, I'm baffled by. I was so confused.
I'm
Like, do you have
creating
any
a
idea what that was
vlog.
supposed to be? What?
I'm creating a vlog for my friend.
It started with a
Oh,
It's
vlog and it
basically how
ends
it
with a
goes.
vlog.
but like, does he like kill himself in the end? Is that
I
what it's
think
supposed
it's
to be?
just
Like,
supposed to be kind of like a bit where it's just like, oh, I'm killing my past self so I can be like my new self in a way.
yeah, I don't know. It was,
It was
I,
weird. It was definitely odd.
I didn't understand that.
It was a real Joker
Maybe I'm
type
too dumb.
moment.
Yeah, I
This
think
is
I'm
a
just too
real
dumb
we
to
live in
really.
a society.
Yeah, yeah. I think you have to be like really smart to understand Merely Players,
I,
and
I
I'm not.
guess you gotta have like a really high IQ,
Yeah.
which is coming from a person who's watched both Barnyard and Fred Claus, so kind
Yeah,
of shocked I
yeah,
didn't get all the subtext in here.
I was
mhm.
kind of waiting
Yeah. Also,
for the
like,
two assholes to kiss.
mhm.
Like I'm not gonna lie,
Also
in the
this.
cover you
Mm.
have them two people kissing, and I thought it was the two main character guys, and they're making out. It's like
No,
the Silent Forest. So once again, I got fucking gypped of that.
the
Just give
singing
me
forest,
the. I mean, I guess there
big
was
fan.
sex in the movie though, awkward closed sex.
Awkward, weird,
Yeah, that,
softcore, um, bra on sex,
yeah, that was
but
what
only
with
showing the top
Brian's
half.
girlfriend. Yeah, like, was it
Brian,
Brian's
yeah,
girlfriend and Adam,
No, it was
right?
Adam.
Like,
no, it was Brian and Adam's girlfriend.
wait, they did I miss that? I do not remember them
Hold on,
screwing.
Adam's the music guy, right?
Yeah,
No, no, no.
no,
Brian's the
Adam.
music guy.
Yeah,
Brian's the
Adam's
music
the
guy.
vlogger.
Adam's the
Adam's
Yeah.
the
vlogger.
vlogger. Brian's the music
I got
hippie.
my fucking characters mixed up. They're practically the same character.
Fake
What
fan.
if that was the reveal that both Brian and Adam were the same person? That would have been a cool fucking ending.
Yeah, it's like Fight Club, but better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
much better than Fight Club.
well, actually, I disagree that they're the same character. I thought there was definitely a distinction between like, it's more just, to me, the issue is that I don't really buy that Adam would stay on a bunk bed. You know what I mean? Like,
It wasn't even a bunk bed. There wasn't a bottom bunk. It was just a top
right,
bunk.
yeah, like that makes I don't really understand how anybody would agree to that in their right mind. Like unless
You would have to
like
be an absolute psychopath to be like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep in specifically a bunk that's designed for a small child.
yeah,
Maybe it's a fetish.
I don't know.
I don't know. Adam's
this
weird like that.
totally,
I can see it being something like that.
I mean, it's just like yeah, maybe this is just a fetish movie. You know, we thought this was like serious cinema, and actually, it's just fetish porn.
Well,
For
I mean, you
very,
got
very...
got. Me and Cole, we've been around this block a couple times. We kind of know what to expect from these kind of things.
Yeah, I'm
usually.
sorry. I'm not a Nefarious Reel regular. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm too used to like shit cinema, like like 2001: A Space Odyssey, and
yeah, like absolute like
people.
trash. Like, oh, you're in space. Whoop de fucking do. There's like a million space movies. You're not that good. You're not unique. I think my favorite highlight, because since this thing is an action script, it does kind of make me be a bit more lenient towards the actors, because like they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Well, no, Brian knew what he was doing. He was the director. He had everything played out exactly in his mind. I don't know what everyone else was thinking though, but it was really funny when Brian fucking just jumped up a brick wall for like seemingly no fucking reason and just jumped off it.
Wait, what was that? I actually forgot that.
They're walking through the park and they're like talking about stuff, and then all of a sudden Brian just dashes to like this big brick wall, and he just like actually just climbs up it. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? And then the next scene, I guess it's implied he like hurt himself jumping off the wall, so he's like, Adam has to call 911, which I'm 100% confident they actually did call, because there's no fucking way they convinced like the fire department and the ambulance to say, hey, can you like be in our movie briefly?
You gotta respect the commitment to.
I gotta respect the commitment.
You gotta
actually call. Oh yeah, actually, one thing I did like about another thing I liked about this movie was the part where like Brian drugs him. That was hilarious. Very believable.
Oh,
that to me was like, if you've ever had a bad trip, which I have, it felt.
I have never taken a drug in my life.
Yeah, me too. Because me and Cole are cool like that.
We are so Christian. Cool.
We were told two things: don't do drugs and stay in school.
Yeah.
And
I'm a drug addict. I'm a drug addict college dropout. So.
This is your literally me movie, Leo.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Brian is like literally me.
Adam and Brian. Oof.
Yeah. They're both me. It's like they took my personality and split into two characters. Yeah, I mean, if like I had a bad trip once when I was on shrooms, and like just the way it was depicted in this movie was like strangely accurate. But it's hard to explain unless you've like
experienced it,
actually done it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just find it funny when he's just like, "Oh, this is just a White Russian with almond milk," and he's like, "Yeah, it is." Oh, also, I put like 20 drops of drugs in there because you need to mellow out, man.
Yeah, mescaline.
What is that? I think it's called peyote or something. Which is insane. Like I genuinely felt anxious for Adam and them. I was like, oh god, this is just
yeah.
This is gonna be
but all that ended resulted was the hilarious scene where he just started throwing dirt at him.
Oh yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Yeah. That was also like really accurate. I don't know how to like. It's just you just pick up dirt and just throw it at somebody.
The more you talk about, oh yeah, that's like totally related. I'm thinking, is this like your biography? Is this your biopic, Leo?
Yeah, Merely Players is actually about me. They interviewed me for this movie back in 2014 when I was like 12 years old. They were like, they interviewed me, and I'd done like shrooms.
They saw into the future via That's So Raven vision, and they were like, we need a story on this guy fast before he knows about.
Did you see his rating for Strays? We need to make a movie of this guy while the iron is hot.
What else was in the DVD for Merely like how? Okay, first of all, how the hell did you get like?
It was on Amazon.
A DVD.
It was on Amazon, and they had one copy left, so I picked it up.
You lucky bastard.
Yeah, I know. I'm just so fucking
cool.
Someone
is out there who's like, fuck, I did not get the final copy of Merely Players.
That was the director himself. He's gonna, I need every copy because this is a film about me. This is like a fucking an ego project, and he's gonna hunt me down and kill me to get it.
No, I think it's more like a Stanley Kubrick situation where he's like trying to destroy every copy of Fear and Desire, so like nobody gets it.
Oh, that's interesting.
He's gonna hunt me down and kill me.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "You have something that belongs to me." But wait, so like, yeah, what else is on the special features?
It was
like,
just the director's interview, which was like 5-10 minutes. It's mainly him talking about his like inspirations, like John Cassavetes, which I mentioned, and talking about like how he would do the movie and the action script thing. But other than that, there was just like deleted scenes, but I didn't watch those because they were in the movie. I don't know. Maybe that would have been the reveal that he was like the same person the whole time or something. So I can't really say anything about that. I only watched the interview just so I can like rub it in your face that there is more info on the DVD than just the movie because you made fun of me for it and I couldn't have that.
I take everything back. I'm sorry. That was really messed up of me.
Yeah.
You made a very smart decision purchasing
that
DVD.
Because then you would have gone that deeper inside and learned that there was literally no script and they were just fucking riffing it.
Yeah, I mean, I did not know that, and now I do, and that really enriches my understanding of Merely Players. So I appreciate it.
It helped raise my score from a 1 to a 2 because like, oh, it's not crummy because it's bad script. It's crummy because they didn't have a script and they were just going off of feelings and vibes.
Wouldn't that make it worse though? It's like it could have had a script, but it just straight up.
But it was just basically.
It was basically they did the best with what they had, which was practically nothing.
I mean, unless they can't afford like Microsoft Word, I don't really see an excuse not to write a script. You know what I mean?
You think that he just was too lazy and just said, it's a John Cassavetes thing. That's what I'm going for. True. Yeah.
Did John Cassavetes not write scripts too?
I have no idea. I know.
I thought he was a writer.
I'm pretty sure he did write some of his. I'm sure some of it is like some scenes, like in Opening Night. There's like a really big like improvisation thing, and I think maybe that's what he's kind of referring to. I can't speak for the other John Cassavetes stuff, like specifically if some of it's
one John Cassavetes movie, and that is it.
I've seen 5, and I can't tell you which ones are improv scenes or not, except for the one in Opening Night, which is legitimately is an improv scene in the movie.
Wait, Cole, John Cassavetes directed it? You said I've only seen one John Cassavetes movie, and that's
No. I'm saying that is it. I've only seen one.
I know. I'm joking. I'm joking.
He's just joshing you, bro.
Calm down, bro. Yanking your chain, dude.
Yeah, no. I've seen Shadows, Faces, A Woman Under the Influence, The Killing of a Chinese Bookie, and Opening Night.
Yeah, only one I've seen is Faces. I was like,
we have a woman.
Okay.
I'm really sick of feminism because we have a woman under the influence, but not a man under the influence, and that pisses me off. Truly, just makes me really angry.
Oh well, John Cassavetes wasn't known for true equality. That's probably how the director got so experienced on, considering that the women have like next to nothing in this. Like he pushed to do better. He's just like, oh, he put a focus on women. I'm gonna put a focus on the men and make the woman not important in this film, except when they want to kiss and fuck.
Yeah, no, I was really annoyed about the I forgot what Adam's girlfriend's name is. I think Kristen. No, Ashley. Ashley, that's her name. Yeah, I mean, just just a really bad character. I don't know.
She's just there so they can go, oh, I have a free thinker and we got this house. She's just there for like the sake of a plot point, so that way, Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Brian. Fuck. Okay, yeah, but Adam's girlfriend is just like there, so there's like a bit of drama, so they can be like, oh, we're fighting and you need to leave, and so that way she can cheat on her with Brian's girlfriend, who also doesn't matter in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. It's just
they're just really there for plot conveniences, I guess. That's like it. There's nothing, really there.
Like I said, Brian and Adam needed to be gay and kiss at the end, pretty much. Like, enough with the homoerotic tension and trying to play it be straight, just be gay. That's what the film needed, didn't deliver on it.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, I think Brian's music kind of sounded kind of shitty. That might just be a preference thing.
Oh, yeah,
but it didn't sound good at all. And I cannot believe he got like a epic new album. His album was like a hit or anything. I refuse to believe that.
It's
Yeah, that was
called
extremely
avant-garde. You wouldn't get
yeah, I
it.
mean,
More like
that's
belongs in the trash.
No, that's bold and brash.
more like Avant to kill myself.
A fucking Leo
Eh.
saved the joke.
No, his music was trash. I don't even hate avant-garde music. That was just really bad.
I don't know. Maybe it's just an
Like,
LA
bro,
thing. Like they don't know good music, so just any garbage sounds good.
Jesus.
This is what the kids call music these days.
I'm old. I'm
Ugh.
old, guys.
Yeah.
Fucking old. I don't
This
get
is
it.
Addison Rae. This is trash.
It's like that South Park
Um,
episode when everything just sounds like shit. This is it. This is my movie. Everything just sounded like shitting.
Man, this is a great podcast.
Yeah, I know. We really elevate the podcast and film discussion medium.
I agree.
Thank you. Cole, I like this guy. We should have him back every episode.
We should. We'll just be a
maybe.
straight
I
only
don't know.
podcast for
Like,
the time being.
Yep.
watching two shitty movies regularly is probably too much for me. I honestly don't know how you guys do it. I could not force myself to, like, the only reason I forced myself to watch Merely Players was for this podcast. Like, that's how much I care about the integrity of the cast, you know?
Well, you didn't watch Strays again though, so
Well, I've already seen it, so like I don't know. I don't feel like seeing
He
Strays
saw
twice,
it once and he saw everything, so he knows everything.
all right.
Well, it's like if Strays is one of those experiences that really diminishes on a rewatch because like it's one of those, it's like the first time you have sex, you know what I mean?
There's a
Like
squirrel outside my window. Look at that little bastard, just like eating grass and shit.
Like the first time you have sex, there's a squirrel outside my window. It's just, I mean, nothing really compares to it. You know what I mean? It's just, it's. I don't want. It's like when you remember like a movie that you saw as a kid that was really good, and you're worried that by rewatching it, you'll like tarnish the experience you had as a child. Like that's the feeling I have with Strays.
I mean, fair
enough. Are
you
ready to talk about Strays?
I don't know. Do you have anything else you have left to say about Merely Players?
I'm seeing what else. Because again, this is like a really just 80 minutes of, I guess, talking, and that's it, and like a lot of nothing then. And maybe some weird foreplay with kids' playhouses and play sets. That's like about it.
Yeah. The seduction in the little toy house was truly, something else.
What did you guys thought in the first vlog where he just fucking lets a snake eat a mouse?
Yeah, that's some like vor shit right there, man. I don't know.
He must have a vor fetish.
Yeah, I mean, that to me was
that's
like
the only reason.
Who the fuck would watch that vlog? You know what I mean? Like, ooh, I want to see a snake eat a rat. Like,
yeah, that's another issue. Apparently, he's making a level of money on his vlog, but like all the only vlog posts we see look like total shit. So I don't know who's fucking watching this. Like, if we're assuming this is even taking place in like early YouTube.
Yeah,
it's his thousands of burner accounts that are just on immediate replay every time. So he's just got all these computers set up, and it's just set on replay for each viewing, so he gets more views like that.
Also, like, the whole time they're saying like, wow, Adam is such a joker, he's such a funny guy, but you can't take things seriously. But the whole time I was like, Adam is not funny.
He's like, the least funny guy I have ever met.
He's not. He's just not that funny. So it kind of falls flat where it's like, and it's like, to be honest, I feel like he's not that unserious too. Like the whole thing about how like Brian's like, you don't take things seriously enough. That's your biggest problem. Blah 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 blah.
It's like, what are you talking about? He literally committed to a move and all this stuff.
Yeah, like, I'm fully serious about having sex with your girlfriend. Hey, yo!
Oh, fucking got him!
Fucking got him! I'm gonna do an air horn. No, I'm joking. I won't. Yeah, I think I've said everything I have about Merely Players.
Okay, what about you, Cole?
Yeah, I mean, one other thing I will say, I was very disappointed that, again, just like the Singing Forest, the poster did not deliver to the hype, because I was hoping there would have been some kind of slashing and killing somewhere, but nope, they lied.
We were close when he pulled out the knife, and he's like, "Yo, bro, don't pull out the knife. I'm gonna put it back." It's like, "No, kill him, kill him," and then reveal that you actually stabbed
need
yourself because you're the
something
same
interesting.
person. Only thing I
But
got left
no.
to say is I think it's funny that you're implying that people who own snakes are fans of vor.
They're all fans of vor. Yeah, I think owning a snake immediately makes you like a degenerate.
That's your label now. You like vor, and it's on you forever. You're branded forever.
Yep, basically. This is an opinion I fully stand behind.
Yep.
This is not ironic at all.
But if that's everything we have to say about Merely Players, then it's time to move on to the next film, the most anticipated film I think we've ever had on this podcast since, like, I don't know, probably
That's
The
my
Silent
boy.
Forest.
The Singing Forest.
The Singing Forest, right.
Fake fan.
Oh, so we don't even have to joke. It was so fucking boring.
Oh yeah, it was boring, but
And there was no gay Nazi sex, which is what we were promised on the cover.
And no Holocaust footage whatsoever. Just they talked about it.
It's a real letdown. Don't watch it, Leo. It's not worth it.
Okay, I guess I'll just remove it from my list then. Sorry.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it, Mr. Squidward. But Strays 2023 is about this dog, Will Ferrell dog. He has an owner and he sucks. Will Forte human, and basically Will Forte human hates Will Ferrell dog and pretty much abandons him in the middle of the city. And Will Ferrell dog meets Jamie Foxx dog, and then they meet up with all the Isla Fisher dog and Randall Park dog, and they go on a quest to bite Will Forte human's cock off and avenge Will Ferrell dog. Leo, what do you think of Strays?
Well, you say it all like, oh, it's this. You talk like it's this awful experience that you had this terrible time watching it, but I think I think
you're a little hater.
Yeah, I think you're a little bitch ass hater. That's my
my
take. Is
fucking.
Yeah, listen. I think both of you need like I'm gonna take you both to school right now and explain to you why you completely missed the point of Strays. So I mean, first of all, in biting off, in biting off a cock, what does that kind of symbolize? Is a rejection of the patriarchy, right? Like,
okay.
In biting off a cock, they're essentially saying, "Fuck the human system of patriarchy. We're gonna like fucking and ball and be dogs and like have sex and like have giant penises." It's like the movie wants you to question the paradigm that we exist in as a species about how about kind of like a human dominance of dogs and like how we kind of rely on animals to fulfill our base emotional needs. And it's like these animals, they have their own internal lives, and in biting the cock off, it's kind of an arc from animal to sentient being. And I think you're not understanding that.
Okay. Cole, you have any rebuttals?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? 10 out of 10 movie. I'm done. No need to discuss it any longer.
Yep. All right, Cole. Now it's your turn to be proselytized.
To destroy with facts and logic.
Yes. Give me your best shot.
It was unfunny. Boom, got him.
Well, this was technically a dramatic political film, so it wasn't supposed to be funny, Cole.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're going into Strays expecting it to be funny is to me is like it's.
I mean, you gotta
like
at least ease the tension with some comedy,
No.
Kind of like
Okay,
first of all, Tales, where it's this whole movie talking about everything, and then if you don't suck my dick, I will kill myself, lady. To The Rock.
Oh my god.
But
Cole,
I mean, they're talking about biting cocks off, so I'm expecting it's like some random comedy with weird dogs.
This is a perfect example of the state of media literacy in today's.
You messed up the sentence, ruined, illusion broken. Strays is bad again.
Listen, Cole, I think you're just you fundamentally misunderstood Strays on the most base of levels. You know, you went to it expecting it to be funny. Like, what about this movie made you think it was a comedy? I don't understand.
I don't know, just from, seeing a poster with a dog on it. So, people like dogs, but then you go into this trailer and you hear a dog say fuck, and you're like, oh, this might actually be kind of funny.
Yeah, it's an
Dog
adult
saying
movie. A
fuck.
dog is cursing. It's like a serious movie. What about this seems like funny?
You
I don't
know,
understand.
Will Ferrell is only known for his very dramatic roles. I don't know why you thought it'd be a comedy.
Well, I mean, like Will Ferrell, like sure he might do generally comedic roles, right? But it's kind of like an Adam Sandler situation where it's like this is like Uncut Gems for.
Uncut Gems, Punch Drunk Love kind of thing.
I can't keep it straight.
No. Keep going. It's okay. I know the
No,
the sheer audacity of having to explain the obvious to us.
yeah, I mean, it's like I feel like I'm talking to children right now. Like you guys are like, oh, Strays is unfunny. I'm like, oh my god, you guys thought Strays was supposed to be funny. Oh my god, what a society come to. No, like yeah, this is like Uncut Gems for Will Ferrell. This was his attempt to kind of enter the Oscar conversation, and to me, it's like a really big bummer that that Strays didn't even like it got completely snubbed at the Oscars. You know, nobody even recognized the tour de force that Will Ferrell was putting on.
They didn't
Reggie,
get it.
like,
Fucking.
that
They
was...
did. It didn't. Well, it did win the Palme d'Or though. So for best film.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, and it's so. I mean, sorry. Going back to what Cole was saying about how this is a quote unquote comedy because quote unquote dogs are quote unquote cursing. Like, I mean, first of all, dogs in like are dogs inherently funny? Like what, Cole? When you go to like the dog park, do you just start like laughing uncontrollably because you see dogs? Like no, of course you don't. You're like it's there's nothing inherently funny about dogs. Like did you laugh when Old Yeller was put down? Did you?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty funny.
Wow.
Like he was like crying so much, and it's like, bro, just shoot the dog already, man. Hurry up, let's go. Let's get to the good part.
Cole, seriously, like is Old Yeller a comedy to you?
Well, that's kind of a derogatory statement because it's like just because you're saying dogs are in it doesn't mean it can't be funny. It's like what you were saying with Adam Sandler. It's like, oh, he's a comedic guy. There's no way he can't do a dramatic role. But then like, oh shit, he can maybe. Huh.
Maybe your better argument is just like Tom Cruise is known for more of his actiony, serious roles, but that doesn't mean he can't do a comedy. Kind of like that. That's the counter argument.
Okay. I mean, that was like the first one obviously came to mind, but then you're kind of thinking, oh shit. I don't know where I was going with that because I had someone in mind, but I couldn't think of it right away.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh, no, here's one. It's like James Wan. You're like, oh, he's mainly a guy that does horror. It's like, there's no way he can do another type of movie. Oh, here he is doing Fast and Furious 7.
For a second, I thought you meant like James Wong, who did like Face Off and Brokeback Mountain.
That's Ang Lee.
Oh, that's Ang Lee? Shit, I'm canceled, guys. It's
Jedi
over.
Racism. Fucking racist.
Colorblind racism, back at it. God damn it.
God. Yeah, no. I mean, look, I'm not saying dogs can't be funny. I'm just disputing your point that because there are dogs in it, it's like inherently a comedy movie. And also on top of that, the dogs cursing implies that it's a comedy movie. Like, we wouldn't. I mean, I think it says way more about you, Cole. Like you're saying, oh, you're offensive, Leo, for saying that dogs can't be funny. But I think it's actually way more offensive that you're saying that because the dogs are cursing, it's inherently not supposed to be taken seriously. Like like imagine if you said like, oh, this is a movie about women who happen to swear. Like, would you say that's inherently funny if women are swearing? Like, I feel like that'd be pretty misogynistic. So, like, you saying that the dogs cursing is inherently comedy is to me is very speciesist.
Actually, Leo, I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm reading the back of my Blu-ray, and here's a line they have on it. It says, "Revenge has hilariously absurd antics of these four furball turned typical animal adventures totally upside down. Forget everything you know about dog movie drama because this one journey home that's off its leash and over the top."
Okay. Have you ever heard of satire, then Jedi? Like,
have you ever heard of sarcasm?
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, obviously the DVD is like it's leaning into the more satirical, self-aware elements of this. Like, obviously, the film knows what it's doing. It's saying like, "Oh, you've seen all these, dog movies before. Well, fuck all you know. We're about to subvert that and do something completely different." And it's like, it's kind of like it's sort of like how Funny Games makes you think it's gonna be like this basic ass home invasion movie, right? But then it subverts that. Strays is like Funny Games,
Yeah, but
for
Funny
dog
Games is
movies.
bad because it's not funny. So like, what's the point?
I mean, I feel like Funny Games is pretty funny. Like the part where they shoot the kid, that's fucking
Well,
hilarious.
that's not
Like
funny. It was funny when
that.
they shot Old Yeller, but it's not funny when you shoot a kid. What's wrong with you, Leo?
No, no, I think it's the other way around. I think shooting kids is always okay. I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
No, no, no. Go on, Leo. I want to know what your input is. This is very important. I need to know. This
No,
needs to be
I
saved for all future agents that want to check out your work and stuff.
Jesus Christ. By the way, to the CIA agent, to the FBI agent who are listening to this who are like excitedly listening to the latest episode of Nefarious Reels during their lunch break, I did not. This is a bit. This is.
Leo,
I mean, me
it's
loving
too
Strays.
late. The fact that you're on our podcast means you're already now on the list.
That's true. I'm flagged already. Like, I think yeah, being on Nefarious Reels immediately.
It's a
flags
big
you.
red flag.
Yeah, it's like being an incel, terrorist, Nazi, but worse.
Yeah, next episode we're gonna be doing Birth of a Nation and the Triumph of the
And
Will.
Triumph of the Will.
Oh, I'm so glad we were in sync there with that, Cole.
And Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, Sound of Freedom.
No, not Sound of Freedom is important. It's not.
No, Sound of Freedom is
wait,
about
no.
stopping the child slave trade. We're for it, so it's different.
Jesus Christ.
See, now you're definitely on a list now, Leo, just by association with that comment.
Motherfucker.
Just by
God
being
damn.
adjacent to us with that one.
You defend strays and you end up in the worst internet spaces, man. I swear to God. Yeah, listen. I'm not like other Strays fans, okay? Like, I know the Strays fandom is often like characterized by its, right-wing Nazi talking points, but I'm not like that, okay? Like, I know like Strays kind of has like this American Psycho reputation where it's like been heralded by these like young insecure alt-right men. And I just want to say like the movie is not it's like similar to American Psycho. It's a lot deeper than what alt-righters will give it credit for. You know what I mean? It's not it's different.
I think it's funny that we actually haven't said anything that happened about in the movie yet. Honestly,
I mean it's because the movie it's more of an experience than a movie. You know what I mean? Like I can't really. It's hard for me to put into words the emotional ride I had watching Strays. So I mean I can do my best, but.
I think
Like,
we
okay,
should talk
I mean,
about the movie. As much as fun as it is to hear about your struggles with coming to terms that you're secretly an alt-right Nazi lover because you like Strays, we should probably actually talk about the movie itself.
Okay, that's fair.
Sounds about
That's
fair.
fair. Is there anything in particular you guys want to discuss about Strays 2023?
Dogs.
There's Dog, Will Ferrell Dog. It's really weird. I wish they did more of a voice. Because they really are just talking like themselves. They don't really sell themselves as the character, I feel like. Will Ferrell is Will Ferrell.
Chris Pratt as one of the dogs then. Because he does no effort in his voice acting.
Well, that's because he wanted to be a cat, and that's why he got into Garfield.
What a pussy.
Yeah. Fucking got him. Take that, Chris Pratt, you fat fuck. Thank you. I said don't use the fucking soundboard though.
Sorry. I was actually gonna do the badooms, but I missed it. I clicked on the golf clap instead. No, I mean, okay, I see where you guys are coming from, right? Like on paper, Will Ferrell's not really committing to the role of a dog, but like I said earlier, the whole point of the movie is that dogs like us have their own internal lives. To expect a human. To me, like asking Will Ferrell to do a dog voice is kind of like asking a neurotypical actor to do like a neurodivergent voice. You know what I mean? Like people got mad at like people hated Music by Sia, rightfully so, because it's like this neurotypical actor doing this like impersonation of like what an autistic person would act like. So if Will Ferrell like acted like a dog, so to speak, I think that would be equally problematic. So I'm really glad that he just kind of, played himself, and it really, to me, it humanized the dogs for me.
All right. All right. Well, I mean, I wrote. Did you? I mean, was there were jokes in the movie? Leo, did you ever laugh watching this movie when a joke happened?
I actually did laugh, but I felt guilty afterwards because I knew that the movie was trying to make a statement, and I was like, wow, this is powerful. I should not, I can't allow the funny moments to bait me away from what the movie's trying to say. I should be a politician. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you should be. I'd fucking vote for you. Well, until it was revealed that you saw Strays, then you'd lose.
Listen, I don't mind that Leo's a secret alt-right CIA target, but loving Strays is a little too...
Fucking Obama coming out to denounce you like that.
Let me be clear.
I do not support this Leo character with his love of strays. It's a little strange.
It's a little strays.
It's a little strange.
It's a little strange.
That was a really weird way how I said that.
No, okay, actually, okay, fully ironic, like, all jokes aside, there was, I mean, I think the moment where Randall Park dog uses his schlong to, pick up the keys, that to me was genuinely pretty funny.
But no, he didn't pick up the keys, though.
No, he didn't get the keys.
Well, when he attempted to do it.
Yeah. Did you watch the director's cut that we just don't know about, Leo?
Okay, maybe that's why, because I saw it. Oh, okay, now I understand why you guys don't really see the appeal. You saw it in theaters. Oh my god.
No,
okay.
I didn't.
I saw it when
I didn't see it in theaters.
Oh, you didn't? Well, okay, you probably got the cut version, the theatrical cut, the theatrical release version. Whereas I saw it screened at
you saw it at Cannes.
Yeah, and Cannes. I saw it at both of those. And the version that you guys are seeing is like, to me, it's still like at least an 8 out of 10 movie. But if you saw the
3-hour director's cut,
yeah, the Greenbaum 3-hour cut, you guys would, I think, fully.
We didn't see the Snyder cut of Strays. That's the problem.
I'm gonna kill myself, man.
I made a list of everything that I blew air through my nose for. Which there's like 5 things, and there's one of them that got a genuine laugh out of me. Well, technically there's 2, but one of them was an unintentional laugh. It wasn't supposed to be a joke. So we have the my owner is a serial killer. We have the monologuing dog, and he's like, but don't they know that my owner is a serial killer? And I was like, Then there's the later bit when they get the hot dogs and the fireworks, and there was like, no one saw us. And then the fireworks go off, and then which fucking dog was it? Randall Park says like, God saw it, God sees all, which is clearly a deeper allegory about like the connection to religion and how it affects us in our daily lives. Naturally, see, I got that. I understood what that was going for.
Yeah, I'm glad. Okay, maybe media literacy isn't dead.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm really glad you got that, Ninja.
Yeah, I got
that. A lot of
that.
people like on the religious subtext, and it's a really important part to understanding a movie.
Yeah, and like how like Will Ferrell dog sees Will Forte human as like his own god, and having to like understand that he shouldn't have that connection via that connection. It's a real I mean, you need a high IQ to understand Strays.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Cole, you saw my review for Apocalypse Now, right? Where I said like sometimes you have to kill God to escape from hell.
Yes,
right? Like
yes, I have seen.
To me,
that
like.
So what you're saying is that Reggie, aka the Will Ferrell dog, he's like Captain Willard, and he's going back to Colonel Kurtz, aka Will Forte, in this situation, and
absolutely
kill him with extreme prejudice.
What I'm getting of Strays is the Apocalypse Now with the modern era, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, like I think
Are we sure
I
Francis
mean,
Ford Coppola wasn't an inspiration?
I mean, I asked Josh Greenbaum what his biggest influences were, and he told me, he said Apocalypse Now, um, Autumn Sonata. He said Merely Players. No, I'm kidding. No, no. I think the Apocalypse Now allegory is very obviously there. I mean, it's basically the same story, really.
They
You think
literally
about it.
talk about the devil in the sky in the movie.
Yeah, which is like the helicopters in Apocalypse Now. Like
Exactly.
these giant
Mm-hmm.
shellbirds patrol and shoot on sight. I mean, like, yeah, no, I mean, I would like to hear more about what you guys think because I'm always open to I'm always open to discussing this movie
Well, I have
with anybody.
3 more funny scenes I have to talk about. We have the David Quaid
Oh,
cameo.
Okay.
This is the one that got the genuine laugh out
Dennis
of me.
Quaid?
Oh, it's Dennis Quaid. It's not David Quaid.
Dennis.
Dennis.
Have I been saying it wrong the whole time? No, I swear it's Dennis Quaid. Yeah, it's
It's
Dennis Quaid. It's Dennis Quaid. I know it. You
said
fucking
David.
liar. I said Dennis. I said Dennis Quaid.
Are you sure?
You said
I did
no.
not hear
You said
Dennis.
David Quaid.
I said Dennis Quaid. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You said David Quaid.
I said Dennis Quaid. All right. I know I did, and when I look back in the footage, when I'm editing it and I see it, I'm going to make such a big fucking deal about it. And you're going to feel so fucking dumb.
I think you are wrong, and you absolutely said David Quaid, and I think you should retire and let me take over your role on the Nefarious Reels podcast in the Jedi. I think you are obviously getting a little too old to host this
Oh,
podcast.
yeah? Well, good luck, because I'm also the editor. Have fun editing the podcast.
Oh, fuck, never mind. Okay, you said Dennis. My bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Motherfucker. Don't you fucking step out of line ever again. Stay on script.
Motherfucker.
But yeah, Dennis
I mean,
Quaid. It's a funny bit because he's just like bird watching. But I think what made me laugh because he opens the book and it's just bird, 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 bird. But the funny thing is he doesn't like check like the first box. He like goes to like a specific one, and that's what makes it a funny joke.
I will say that is also the other one that was the one that actually did kind of make me laugh though. It was like it was that breathing out the nose like okay, that's actually
That's a
kind
little
of funny.
funny.
Because he mentions it's a certain type of breed of bird that he's never seen yet, and he's just like, okay, where is that again?
Actually,
And then there we go.
Fun fact of that movie, that wasn't even like scripted. The Dennis Quaid was just walking through the forest, and they just happened to capture the footage from him doing that. Like really incredible.
Oh, okay.
It's like really an incredible level of filmmaking that you don't really see anywhere else anymore. Everything is like scripted to such an extent to just capture like just a moment like this in the wild is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like Edward Yang a little bit, where it's like, like, I mean, I'm not surprised that Strays took a lot of influence from, Yi Yi, for example, like the attention to detail, the kind of like slightly like some of the more improvised moments where it's like you capture that like fleeting moment of brilliance before, like I think I talked about this in my review where I said about Yi Yi specifically that there's like moments where like the light, yeah, where the light changes from like red to green, and it's like somehow it just works perfectly into the conversation that the characters are having, and it's like impossible to explain. I think Strays nails that like completely. It borrows that from Yi Yi, and it to an extent. I mean, some could argue, does it even better.
Yeah.
Your silence spoke volumes. I'm glad you guys are coming around.
Well, we're gonna edit a lot of noise in between it, so it doesn't sound like we were quiet. So make it look dumb. Like you have to understand, Leo. We're gonna edit all your good arguments, and we're only gonna keep the stuff in that we're refuting and make you look dumb. So just keep that in mind.
I mean, this is why. I mean, like this is why it's so obvious that like there's an obvious political agenda against Strays that like you guys are just you guys are so afraid of the truth that you're gonna silence me because you're terrified that your listeners.
Listen, the Hillary Clinton Foundation is paying us big bucks to smash any like defense of Strays and keep it in the status of its alt-right Nazi loving status that it has.
It's just awful. It's just awful, man. Like your listeners deserve to hear the truth, and I'm giving that to them for free. So like,
Oh, kind of like
it's
Fox News.
the corruption in this podcast is honestly despicable.
Anyway, I also kind of find the mushroom scene following the resulting bunny funeral scene to also be slightly amusing.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
again, I've done shrooms, and I can confirm that like that's absolutely what it's like to do them. So again, big points. Obviously, I said Josh Greenbaum. Josh Greenbaum knew what the hell he was doing with the shroom scene.
Josh
He knew
Greenbaum, more
with the
like
experience.
Josh Green, but I just ended a man's whole career with that one.
Nice.
Like this is like the kind of anti-intellectual nonsense I'm so tired of dealing with when discussing Strays and Jedi. Like, I'm trying to have this like serious conversation about a serious movie, and you're making butt jokes. It's like, dude, we're talking about Strays. Like, get your head out of the gutter. Jesus Christ.
Well, then how about fuck you then? Fuck you and your stupid Strays talk. Here I am
Oh man,
inviting you onto my podcast, and you're saying this shit to me, being a real shit slinger.
Yeah, listen, I've had it up to here with the anti-strays agenda, and I think you should die.
Wow.
Well, then
Yeah.
pull the trigger then, because you've been right behind me with that gun to my head the whole time. Do it, motherfucker. You won't.
This has been a very intense political debate.
Yeah, I mean, Strays does tend to inspire that in people. I'm not surprised. It's a very intense movie. So it's kind of like oh, do you guys hear that background noise?
No.
Okay, thank God.
I can totally hear it. We're gonna keep it in there. He's not gonna know. Fucking got him.
Schizophrenic. Okay. Yeah.
This is the voices. It's the voices again. No, yeah. I mean, Strays is a lot like.
Yes,
it's a lot
Strays.
Like, yeah, sorry, my bad. It was a lot. It's a lot like Crash. Inspires a lot of political debate.
Oh,
is
hell
one of the
yeah,
best movies ever made.
One of the movies that ended racism.
Yeah, like Strays is a movie that I think will have an impact on discussions of race and gender and social equality. Like it's like on the level of Martin Luther King, I think.
Cole, I have like the biggest grin on my face right now. I'm like legitimately hyped with what you just sent me. This is actually the greatest thing ever.
Wait, what
another
happened?
Friend of mine, he shared that with me, and I was like, "Oh shit! I know Ninjetta is gonna like this."
I haven't watched Sardonicast in like a while, but I have to watch it for this one episode. If he doesn't give this shit 10 out of 10, I'm gonna fucking kill that man. They just recommended their first Decado film for Sardonicast. I am big hype.
Damn.
David Decado agenda spreading.
Yep, it's happening. Oh my god, it's fucking happening.
It's the two political sides. You get David Decado and Strays.
True. Very true.
Yeah, we need to burst your David Decado cherry at some point, Leo.
I think I have. I don't know if I have any of his movies on my list. No, I definitely don't. Which one do you recommend?
My stepbrother's a vampire. I own like 2 copies of it. I sent Cole a copy. I have it on my computer.
Yeah, he sent me a copy. There's also 1313 Giant Killer Bees. It's a bunch of boys in their tidy whities.
And occasionally there's a giant
caressing
bee.
themselves. And yeah, there's a giant bee.
Dream Maniac, that's like his first.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I mean,
Dr. Alien, can't forget that.
Yeah, Dr. Alien, that's pretty hype one.
Are there any that are bad?
No, he's never made a bad film ever, really.
Well, it depends on what you mean by bad. What's your...
I mean, just something that's like super slow and boring,
No,
like
never.
Teacher,
David Carr has done like no wrong ever, and it's proof that the Oscars is bullshit because they never gave him an award.
Yeah, I need to check him out. Like, I'm probably gonna watch all his movies in one sitting.
All 130 something.
Yeah, I was about to say that's like over 100 movies you'd be watching.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I have no life. All I do with my time is write video essays about Strays.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's how
we should probably get back to talking about Strays.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be surprised at what a massive audience there is for Strays analysis,
Yeah, I bet. The last joke I laughed at. Well, there wasn't a joke. You weren't supposed. This was a serious moment, but I burst out laughing. It's when Jamie Foxx dog bites the girl like one time, and they're like, "Shit, we gotta fucking kill him, put him down."
We gotta send him back to the pound.
It was just the pound. They literally were gonna put him down like instantly after that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can see why you would feel that way, right? I can see why you'd see the comedy in that moment, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's so funny." But like, let me make this absolutely clear.
Harmed, obviously.
No, I laughed because a dog was about to get killed. You know how much I love dog death, like an old Yeller.
Oh yeah, listen, I guess. Oh yeah, that is fair.
It's canon now. It's all canon.
You guys are both missing the obvious subtext. Remember how I said?
Oh, what's the subtext we're missing here this time around?
Listen, like I said, that Strays is the. Hold on.
Oh, that is my dog.
Your dog was like, "Damn, I watched Strays. That's literally me." No, I mean, like, okay, remember how I said that Strays is racial analysis on par with the work of Martin Luther King?
No, but keep going.
Okay, well, hear me out, right? Why is it specifically Jamie Foxx's dog that gets immediately sent? Like, they're immediately like, "Let's kill him," right?
Because Jamie Foxx is black. It's an
yes, and it's a commentary on police.
Now I see what you mean with the fucking crash comparison.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
I mean, I guess you could count Green Book as well too. At this point.
Yeah, I mean, look, Strays is saying a lot about police brutality. Like, all he does is bite this girl one time, and they're immediately like, "Send him into the
we gotta put him down.
To the pound.
Gotta
put him off. Like, it's like it reflects the like totalitarian, carceral nature of our justice system, and especially how it treats Black Americans. So it's like, I don't know, like, I think you guys need to read some more Malcolm X before you watch Strays again, so you can get that more like in-depth understanding.
I don't know. Maybe I would have gotten it more if it wasn't attached to the stereotypical stupid falling out scene where they have to have an argument right before the big conflict, so then they can go back and get the band back together.
But then how would the movie happen?
What it should have been is that they have an orgy instead of biting Will Forte human's dick off.
Yeah, but then that kind of misses the whole, anti-patriarchal stance that the film is taking. I'm just like,
well, it changes it to like a make love not war statement that I feel like they were really leaning more towards, if you ask me.
No, because this is not a liberal movie. It is very much a revolutionary call to arms. It's not like we can just get along.
January
it's like a
movie.
Yeah, but like in a good way, Jesus Christ.
Don't throw us like, listen, I just saw Strays. It was the greatest movie I've ever seen. Very inspirational.
The greatest movie ever. Yeah.
I talked to Leo. I said, Leo, this is the greatest film I've ever seen. You have to see it. And you know what Leo told me? Trump, you are 100% right, as you always are. And I will stand by you 100% through everything. And, Leo, he's such a great guy. And yeah, that's why we're going to go storm the Capitol now. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, no, but like I'm so tired of people like again lumping Strays in with these radical right wing movements. Like it's a very obviously communist movie. It's a very left wing, progressive call to action, and you guys are doing that thing now where you're associating it with these evil alt right movements, and it's really getting on my nerves. Dude, anybody who watches this who has no idea, like, who doesn't know me is going to be like, what does this guy even believe?
Like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy?
He's like all over the spectrum.
They're just going to be like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? He didn't like merely players that much? What the fuck?
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I apologize to all the Leo fans out there for letting you guys down on this one. I know Merely Players is like considered by many to be a masterpiece, and I'm sorry I only gave it 3.5 stars.
Pathetic. Should have given it 4 like the rest of us.
Oh, I give it 5.
Oh, whoa there, Mr. Oh, that guy there, literally me.
Damn, that's a hot take even by like Merely Players fan standards.
Like Jesus.
I mean, it was just the talk got me really inspired. Then I was like, damn. Maybe it did actually open up my third eye.
I'm glad to hear that, honestly. Like, Cole, would you say it's even better than Nocturnal Animals?
I don't know if I'd say Nocturnal Animals better. That's
What about like
another spectrum on its own.
what about like Enemy?
No.
What about like Under the Skin?
Oh
Yeah,
hell no. Hell no.
Okay, what about Back at the
yes,
Barnyard?
Under the Skin.
Again, Barnyard, a whole different beast. And I mean, Barnyard is again a thing on its own. No one can top Barnyard either.
Yeah, we ask the guy with the Jonathan Glazer profile picture if he's willing to put it in the same tier as Under the Skin.
His face is Jonathan Glazer.
Okay,
Anyway,
actually, I think I've carried this bit out long enough about me defending Strays. So I'll actually say like my honest thoughts.
yeah. I don't know. There's nothing else I think we can say at this point. That like nothing we can say is gonna top your fucking whole spiel you've just had with us this entire episode. That's been going on for like almost 40 minutes.
I'm really sorry about that. Let me know if that
That's
was
fine. Don't worry. I think it'd be better for the runtime anyway.
yeah, true.
But
Also,
give us
like,
your
I don't,
real, true thoughts on
okay,
Strays.
real take
Definitely will
is that
not
I
edit it
genuinely
out.
think
Definitely will not make you seem like you do love Strays. This will
yeah,
totally stay in the episode. What you're about to say.
you're gonna clip it so it's like this is my real opinion that
No,
I
what's gonna
have.
happen? I'm just gonna cut what you're saying, and then you say what's your real thoughts, and I'm just gonna copy paste everything you just said earlier, and just like double the length of the episode.
My real opinion is that it is like a 6 out of 10 movie. Just because genuinely I don't find a lot of modern
Mm-hmm.
comedies funny at all. Like Bottoms did not make me laugh. Barbie did not make me laugh. I can't even think of any other comedies that really came out that I can like think of. And Strays truly is like the only one that kind of it wasn't like the most funny thing I've ever seen, nor was it even like like a particularly good movie. It's just like genuinely laughed out loud in the theater at it. So I completely see why people think it's unfunny, but I mean my favorite comedies are like Borat, Hot Rod, and Superbad. So like I'm not exactly like I don't really like highbrow comedy that much. I prefer more you know dumb comedy personally.
All right, all right.
That's my real opinion.
Cole, what about you? Have any
Mm-hmm.
thoughts? I feel like you've been like dunked on a lot, but now that Leo isn't like gonna fucking destroy
Yep.
you with facts and logic, what are your thoughts
He
on
went on his
Strays?
whole. He did his whole Ben Shapiro owns the libs arc there.
Yeah, it's part of my cosplay as Ben Shapiro.
But I mean, yeah, like other than I would say, the Dennis Quaid bird log journal. Yeah, there was nothing else that I mean, I like juvenile humor at times, but it depends on how it has to work. Like I love the Eric Andre show. Um, Leo was there. We had fun with Freddy Got Fingered for what it was, even if
Yeah,
I still personally felt it needed like a hidden cam footage thing, but that's neither here nor there. But it's like this movie was just honestly kind of like what Sausage Party and Good Boys did, where the movie's just taking something like dogs, food, or children and just making the joke saying, oh, they're going to say fuck and possibly do drugs and do other bad things. And that's funny. That's the whole joke. And it's
mhm.
like, yeah, I could watch like a bunch of other comedies that can do that humor a lot better. But, it's just it's not even like the acting was even like the worst either, but it was just there's no I mean, I know it's not I'm not trying to get like the huge film critic mode, but it's just kind of I mean, I would have had more fun if maybe the characters were a little more interesting, but no, it's just like Will Ferrell dog. He's stupid. He's innocent, but he's also stupid. Jamie Foxx, he's a small dog, but he's tough, so he's basically Kevin Hart as a dog because he's tiny.
They couldn't get Kevin
And
Hart for this movie.
yeah, so they got Jamie Foxx. And then they decided, hey, now we get Randall Park and Isla Fisher, and they're going to be friends, but they're also going to be somewhat in love, you know.
Ooh.
But they can't ever accept it because, They're just friends. Sorry, there
They're
we go.
just
Just
friends.
friends.
Anywhere else, they'd be a 10.
My crush,
Doesn't it?
my crush on Isla Fisher is so intense that I had a crush on her even as this dog.
Wow. You're like, you know what? I'm into bestiality now. I'd tap that.
Okay, once you like strays, there's really nowhere to go but up. Honestly, like bestiality really isn't
Was this
very
your
far removed.
was this your furry awakening? Also, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I've started going to furry conventions, and I just, yeah,
Do you have a moment of
I
time to
love
talk
that
about our Lord and Savior Strays? That you're going around the convention with a copy of it, the movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I pretty much have the same things as you do, Cole. I do have to give credit. I did get a somewhat genuine laugh out of me with like David Quaid, and I did blow air up my nose a couple times with some of the other jokes. So I can't give it a 1, so I have to begrudgingly give it a 2 because a 1.
You just said David Quaid again, motherfucker.
I said Dennis Quaid, but I can edit you and make you look worse. Don't tempt me, man. I can do it.
Oh, did you hear Dennis or David?
Oh, I heard David, but instant replay might say otherwise.
Yeah, instant replay is gonna make you look so fucking stupid. It
He's got a
definitely
gun
won't
to
be
my
me
head.
going, "Oh yeah, this is Dennis Quaid."
Wait, let me say Dennis really loudly right now, just so you can put that in.
Okay.
Dennis. 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 There you go. You got
Okay,
some
thanks.
files now.
Dennis Reynolds.
What I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna edit all the times you guys say Dennis out. I'm gonna replace it with David. So that way, it just looks like you guys are agreeing with me the whole time, even though I said Dennis.
You can't win with Ninja
You can't beat the editor, guys. He's the one that makes the narrative.
When I first met you, I thought you were Ninjetti, and then it took me I think a few months to realize it was Ninjedi.
You'd be surprised how often I get that with my username.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of times people go, "Oh, I thought it was pronounced Ninjetti." It's like, no, it's Ninjedi. Yeah.
Also, I just noticed that your profile picture is a fursuit.
Oh yeah. It's a well, basically, it's a thing in another server. I lost a bet, so I have to wear this for this as my profile pic for an extended period of time.
Yeah, and your about me is kittens are my favorite. So small and round.
Yeah, that was also part of the bet. You do realize this is all gonna get edited out, right? No one's gonna know.
I mean,
but we will
expose your furry ass.
Oh yeah, you can't expose me. It's impossible. I'm uncancelable.
Bro is Kanye.
I'm gonna edit you guys. I'm gonna make you guys sound so dumb. I'm gonna edit in Leo, and when he says "I love," I'm gonna make him say "I love the alt-right Nazis." And all that. And you're going to look so fucking bad, Leo, because you're making fun of me so much in this discussion. Your career's over, kiddo. You're fucking done, kiddo.
God fucking damn it. Over before it even began.
Yep. Anyway, I got nothing left to say about Strays, really. I mean, how can I? Leo talked about it for 40 minutes. You guys, anything else you got left to add?
Oh, who liked when Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball was playing during the cock gobble?
Oh yeah, that did happen. I kind of zoned out by that point.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite scene I've ever seen in any movie ever.
Oh, what do you guys think of the Marvel Avengers end credits scene where it's revealed
the best? And eat your heart out, Marvel. Best end credits scene ever.
Yeah, when it's revealed that I was like, oh yeah, we can't reattach your dick. And he's like, fuck.
I actually didn't stay in the theater for the end credits.
So fake fucking fan. Get him out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Leo, you fake Strays fan bullshittery. After making us listen to your spiel for fucking 6 hours.
And you didn't stay for the entire movie, including the credit. You fraud. Motherfucker.
I'm sorry. Listen.
I've lost all respect for you as a film critic and a film guy.
I'm sorry, okay, guys? Okay, the truth is I don't really like Strays, guys.
Get out. We're disowning you. Don't worry, Leo. There's camps for that. We can fix you. A Strays conversion camps.
Stray conversion therapy.
Yeah. Oh god.
Doctor, our son, he likes strays.
He doesn't love strays. Bring him inside. We can fix him. We have the technology. He
Yeah, if
gets
I could do that, I
fixed up
would.
like RoboCop. I now love strays.
Yeah, Paul Verhoeven, who?
But with that,
What are the questions?
oh, we're getting there. Before we get to questions, and after now that we're done with our trade, now we get to pick which of these two films is the better of the two for like seriously, like actual serious, no memes aside. Leo, which of these two films did you think was the better of the two?
I'm actually gonna shock you all, and I'm gonna say Merely Players. Um, I know this sounds like a joke, but I actually I'm being 100% serious here. Like I could see my stray score diminishing over time because I tend to change my scores the less I like if I like a few months later I'm not really thinking about the movie much or whatever. Like I could actually see myself thinking about Nearly Players in the future, whereas I think Strays I will like completely forget in like a couple of years. So I'm actually gonna give
Even
it to
from
Nearly
the
Players.
biggest fan?
The biggest fan ever who literally just spent an entire day telling us about like a legitimately 24 hours about how great Strays is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen, I've had a character arc, you know.
Wow.
Nefarious Reels has been a life-changing. Like this has been my conversion therapy, guys. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad we did it, Cole. We saved him.
We
I'm not
helped
going to
him.
hell anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, now you're not going to hell anymore. You're welcome.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
What about you guys? Which one's better?
Yeah, Cole, which one did you think was the better of the two?
Honestly, I would still say merely players because it's gonna sound weird, but it was kind of ambitious. Like I know it's super it's super low budget, but it at least looked like it was trying to do something, even if the execution was very piss poor and just looked like it was just a couple best friends going, hey, let's just, make a movie or something.
Let's
And
go into my house. I definitely will not murder you in your
yeah, I
sleep.
will definitely not try to stab you. No stabbing whatsoever.
That's what I tell all my friends before I invite them over.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you gotta explain that. You gotta go, oh yeah, I'm not gonna kill you, by the way, because that's not what I do.
Yeah, that's what I put on my Tinder profile.
All right.
By the
Well,
way, ladies, I am not a killer. Just so you know.
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
he's got a dog with him. He's a nice guy.
Is that like a woman explaining her like abusive boyfriend to her family?
guy, his
He likes
murders are a
mom.
hobby, okay?
Mom, he likes strays. Okay, he can't be a murderer.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I too, although it's a lot closer than it probably should be, I'm also gonna give it to merely players, just by like a hair, because I guess arguably I'd rather have a drama that fails than a comedy that fails. So I guess I'll go with merely players. And yeah, there we go. Merely players swept it somehow. Despite Leo's best attempts, he couldn't even convince himself to have Strays be the better of the two films.
Yeah, self gaslighting did not work, unfortunately.
Oh well, with that done, we can now move on to the questions. And remember, if you have questions, you should ask them so that way, we can answer them because we only have two questions. The first one is from Robert, and his question to us is basically, "What's your opinion on Marenghi's Dark Place? Speaking of bad Mia, that's in on the joke. My thoughts on it.
I
I
actually,
haven't seen it.
yeah, me neither. I don't know what that
Wait,
is.
what the fuck is this? I've not seen this.
It's called Dark Place, and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
from
no.
2004.
Yeah, no, I have not.
It's got that Jeffrey Dahmer looking guy on the cover.
Oh, I've heard about this. This is Richard Ayoade's thing.
Magnum
I think I remember
opus.
Tom talking about. I don't. I've never seen this, but I have heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't really heard of it. It looks interesting. I'm probably
But
gonna
I
have
mean, if it's got Jeffrey Dahmer, I'll watch it.
yeah. I mean
I
Jeffrey
basically
Dahmer
hail from the
of
same
Milwaukee
city as.
fame.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer, Milwaukee fame. One of the few things we're known for: beer, cheese, saying bubbler instead of water fountain, and serial killers.
You say bubbler instead of water fountain?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a deal breaker at all.
Yeah, Cole's like the most Midwest person of all time.
Yeah, sorry, Robert. We don't know what it is. We haven't seen it, but we do know Jeffrey Dahmer's in it, so maybe we'll check it out later. Well, that was fast. Hopefully, the second question will be longer, which is from Mattias, which is, in your opinion, what's the best way to gauge a movie's cultural relevance / impact?
Hmm.
I would say the
Mm,
memes. At least this day and age, to have an impact, you
I
need
mean,
memes.
definitely memes.
That's why Morbius has won Best
How much?
Picture for like 5 years in a row.
It's only been out for like a year, but yeah, it's won 5 years in a row though, because people knew even with the delays that it was going to be the best movie ever made. Just theaters weren't ready for it yet.
Yeah, they just weren't ready, but they knew.
True.
They knew.
Uh, yeah, I think memes are actually a pretty good answer. Like I actually at first I laughed, but I was like that actually does make a lot like that is a good answer, unironically. But I don't know. I guess like the movie that comes to mind is something that's had a lot of impact recently is Parasite, and to me the reason I
That
can
was
say that
big.
is because after Parasite, I've noticed like a huge uptick in American consumption of Korean cinema, Korean TV. Additionally, there's like so many movies now that are coming out about how like, oh, the rich people are bad. It's like it's like it's become a whole like subgenre in mainstream cinema, like The Menu, Knives Out.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck. I
I know
mean,
Parasite was a
there's
big
plenty.
deal
Fuck.
because I showed
Oh my
my
god.
mom the
Third.
movie and she actually liked it, and she doesn't like subtitled movies at all. She was like, "Yeah, I
Yeah, I
can see
mean,
why
I
this won
didn't
Best
really.
Picture," and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, so I guess I would like
It's why sometimes I
to me
think
like
the award shows are kind of nice because it does get people to like actually see something if it's like Parasite where it's like, oh, this one Best Picture, maybe I should check this out actually. Like it gets a
yeah
little
like
more word of mouth that way.
yeah, like that's why I'm so glad that like Green Book won because otherwise,
Oh fuck
we
yeah,
never talk
Green
about it.
Book. I
Or
mean,
Crash.
6-year-old me
That was
was.
amazing.
I was about to say 7-year-old me was so excited when Crash won because I was screaming,
Um,
"Racism is over!"
That was the year
oh
that
yeah,
racism was officially
Way to go,
defeated.
Paul
Until
Haggis! You
Green
did
Book
it.
came, then it was defeated again.
that's
Yeah,
true.
it started to peek its head out when Donald Trump ran for president, and then Green Book won, and they were like, "Hey, racism, you're done. You're canceled."
But yeah, I think the best way to determine a film's impact is how many copycats come afterwards. Like at least
True.
in the short term. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know how
is
much you
true.
could.
I
Like
mean, yeah.
long term,
I
it's a
mean,
bit harder.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
And even with
I don't know.
Parasite, just
Like
because it's on my head, your Triangle of Sadness also.
yeah,
You got
definitely.
that,
That's another.
and then obviously the classic Saltburn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Saltburn, top tier analysis of class and what have you. Um, yeah, I think copycats and memes, and also like I mean, in terms of like long term influence, how much a film impacts
Oh, I
is
mean,
like.
if we're talking about
I mean, are
that
people still
too,
talking about it?
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
think
I mean, are
about
people still
Star
talking about it?
Wars, most Kubrick films. I mean, 2001 came out. 2001: A Space Odyssey came out in 1968. 68.
Oh, you fucking
Hang on,
idiot!
I'm double checking myself
2001.
because
Called 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's literally in the title. It came out in 2001.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like
duh. Did you not see the movie, Cole? It came out in 2001.
state of memes.
Duh.
Jesus.
duh. But no, like that movie's over half a century old, and it's like still regarded as one of the best sci-fi films ever.
But I don't know if it's necessarily like to play devil's advocate. Like just because something is talked about as a good movie does not necessarily mean it has impact. Because like there's a lot of movies that are fantastic that nobody has tried to replicate or aspire to because they're so ambitious or out there that they haven't really
Mm-hmm.
had much influence.
Oh yeah.
But like I mean, like I'm like off the top of my head, like I mean, I'm not a film history expert, so anybody who knows better than me can probably be like, "Oh, this fucking idiot, what is he talking about?" But like I
Yeah.
don't know, like Tarkovsky, for example. Like I don't know if I can name any Tarkovsky copycats off the top of my head. Like any, because his style was so
George
unique and
Clooney.
like.
George,
Didn't he
he
direct
did
that
make
remake?
Solaris. Yeah, he did do the
Oh,
Solaris remake.
you mean Steven Soderbergh?
Yeah. Oh no, right. That was yeah. That's Steven Soderbergh, but it starred George Clooney.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, I haven't seen it, but as far as I know, as somebody who doesn't know much about film history, Tarkovsky is regarded as one of the best, if not the best ever, but hasn't really had much of like a traceable impact in cinema in terms of like people copying him, replicating his style, etc. Or like Terrence Malick, also like very few people are doing what Terrence Malick is doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I fucking love Terrence Malick, but he hasn't really had much influence in the same way that like 2001: Space Odyssey has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, any other ways of showing gauging the relevance and impact?
How much Leo likes it.
Yeah, how much Leo likes it. If Leo,
That's a
I
fair
literally
excuse.
base all my movie opinions around what Leo says, pretty much.
Very true.
Literally,
Honestly, like people are always like, Leo, how do you decide? Like, I can never tell if you're gonna like or dislike a movie. Like Rowan was like, Leo, your ratings are always a shock to me. And I'm like, how is it shocking? Like, I give good movies good scores and bad movies bad scores.
that's
Like,
just
it's
how
really
it
not that
is.
complicated. Yeah, like Jesus Christ, it's not that complicated. Cole, did you laugh or blow your nose?
Both. It was a giggle, and then I had some air come out of my nose.
But I think that answers both the questions. And with that, we can now move on to recommendations. And Cole, you finally get to do the retro recommendation that I know you've been
Yes.
waiting for all this time.
Yep. And I mean, I still struggle, but then I decided I was looking again. I was looking at either doing some movie that looked interesting based on its letterbox poster, but then I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be a sequel to a franchise that did not need to be a franchise whatsoever. And we are going with 1983's Jaws 3D.
Ooh, Jaws 3D. I've been meaning to. I own that one on Blu-ray. And hopefully
I've
it.
only
Of
seen
course.
the OG and then Jaws the Revenge, so I should probably also watch Jaws 2 just to get all the lore.
Yeah, I should too. I have Jaws 1, and I know Jaws 2 got a 4K, but I don't know if I'm going to get that. But I do
Mm.
own them. So yeah, I get to finally watch those Jaws movies.
And Jaws the Revenge, we might have for another
Yeah,
episode
we can
because
say
it's
that
also
for.
regarded as one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, we say that for another day.
Yep.
But now it's time for me to do my modern pick. And I've actually told you this before, Cole, but this was a film I saw at a Goodwill. And I saw the cover,
Oh,
and I was just like,
yeah.
oh, we gotta do this. And it stars Rey from the Disney Star Wars trilogy. So, it's
Oh, the
gotta
woke
be
Star Wars.
good. And we're gonna do 2015's Scrawl.
Scrawl?
Yep, Scrawl.
Oh, yep, I see it. This came out the same year as Force Awakens.
Yep.
Oh, I
So,
love the tagline, a comic book that kills.
so if you don't want to get spoiled for Jaws 3D or Scroll, how about checking those movies out in advance? Also, like and subscribe, and also leave us questions. And thank you, Leo, for being a guest here and being the biggest Strays fan we ever know. Anything you want to plug before we sign off?
Yeah, check out my letterbox. It's Leo Greenfield, no spaces, just exactly how it sounds.
Yeah, we'll
I
put a
write,
link underneath.
yeah, I write really dope, fucking awesome reviews that nobody ever has any problems with ever. Like, just generally, people think my ratings are super, super like dope and acceptable. So,
Even if we disagree with his rating, we can at least tip his cap for his analysis.
thank you, I appreciate it. Truly,
Yep.
I try my
Yep.
best. But yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yep, you're welcome.
Checking out these fantastic movies. Thank you.
Anyway, you all have a good day and happy Morbius, everybody.
Happy Merely Players.
Yep, happy Strays, happy Will Ferrell dog.
Happy
Happy
Randall Park
trails.
penis.
Happy David Quaid. Bye-bye.
Happy Gilmore.
Bye-bye. We're leaving. Enough.
Happy Gilmore
Enough.
2.
Stop the bit. We're done. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.